Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of November. It is the day after the Binance Department of Justice FUD that we had yesterday. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about my opinion on that. I've shared a lot of stuff on this already. But in short, it is something that was inevitable. We're going to get an ETF soon, okay? BlackRock is basically the US government, and they are not going to allow a massive crypto exchange that operates in other jurisdictions, restricted jurisdictions, such as China, and there's a big thing about Iran, and there's all of this kind of stuff. They don't want that to exist because they want the slice of the pie. They want the whole pie. So, yeah, it is a case where America trying to own Bitcoin for at least for US customers. And I don't see it as being bearish because we know we're going to get an ETF. The whole bearish narrative around when the ETF is released, we're going to dump. I don't see that happening because what is the US government going to do? As soon as Bitcoin starts going into investment portfolios, into people's 401ks, they're not going to start dumping on those people. They will want to be the savior of Bitcoin. They'll be like, oh, look at this amazing new asset class that they've been fudding for the last few years. They'll be like, oh, look at this amazing new asset class. Add it to your investment portfolios because it is great and it will go up. And I do think that it is overall, as much as I hate the whole, the whole situation where it is basically trying to be owned by the government. I'm turning my lights down here. Too bright. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I don't see it as being a bearish scenario at all. And I don't think the $4 billion fine is particularly worrying for the industry. Okay. This is a company that make many multiples of that on a yearly basis in revenue. And the amount that has been agreed will have been carefully calculated. So to restrict the ability for a business like Binance to do business and to grow over the next 3 years, but not to completely cripple the market because it's clearly not what they want. They just want to get rid of the competition. Anyway, moving on. The chart. That's my little opinion on that. Moving on to the chart. Bitcoin came into our green zone down here finally. So we just missed this. I was doing the live stream yesterday and we're like, oh my God, we've literally just missed the area that I wanted to get into a position on. We swept these like lows over here and then it didn't really go any lower. We had that bounce back into the weekly open and then we got that like late night collapse closing very, very low, which is absolutely typical of what you see during bull market shakeouts. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to fly to new highs now. However, there is certain data that will suggest to us that it's not a bad thing. So first of all, just going to share here. This is the idea that we made in yesterday's trading room. So we were on yesterday's trading room yesterday looking for that low volume node, golden zone, wick, and the EQ of the previous week, basically. And where did price come down to? It's like the same point. Okay, a little bit deeper than my little squiggly line drew, but this is golden pocket. Okay, previous week EQ, low volume node. So the very nature of a low volume node like this is it is very easy to run price through it very quickly and to hit liquidations. And what did we do? This is also no coincidence. Okay, what happened is this is the Binance liquidation chart. Where were the highest concentration of liquidations at? It was right there at that 35,500 area, 35,600 area. Price hit into those, got an immediate bounce. And where are the liquidations now? They are mainly above us. Okay, so overall, not a bad dip. This is a run to take stop losses. It is a run to liquidate over leveraged traders. And I mentioned this yesterday, like if you were panicking over a 2 or 3% dip, I can bring up the Discord because for those of you who aren't in the Discord, although many of you should be right now because there is the Black Friday offer that is currently there, which would give you basically free access. But I said, what did I say? This was yesterday. Most here are sensible, but this needs to be said. If you're feeling any kind of emotion from a 2% dip, then you're way too over leveraged. Chill out and be more sensible with your risk. Last high is 38,000, last low is 34,500. Anything between these levels is just internal consolidation, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. Okay, you've got a low, you've got a high, then a low, and then you've got internal consolidation. So what I would imagine we're going to see over the next few days is just a situation where you can still see this side of the thing. I can get rid of that anyway. Let me just finish this off. This move is proven to be very effective at removing greed from the market. We've been going up almost every day for over a month. A few percent correction on a portfolio that's up many times more than this dip should not even cause a sweat. And that's how it was for me. I was very relaxed during yesterday. And dips do provide opportunities. Now, I'm not, like I say, I'm not saying we're going to go flying to new highs. What I actually think will happen is we can essentially split this range that we're in into two halves. And as long as we're holding above here and like not really getting closes back within it, and that basically being from 35,500, this area of value here, this is like our little gap in between. And then you've got the new range that's over here. So let me just draw this a little bit clearer. You have range of an area of balance here, right? Let me make that white. So it's not like there. And you have an area of balance here, right? In between that is a little bit of a void. So every time we come into there, it's just quickly boom, 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 and bouncing around. Now, as long as we are just bouncing from those and coming back into here, I don't see it as being a bad thing. And what I see as being the more likely scenario is that we're starting to build volume around this 36.4, 36,500 area. And what we often see is if you turn this volume profile and do a developing point of control, you can see how as price moves up, the point of control moves up, and then price will start to repel away from that. So to get this, you can see here the point of control was down here. Price moved up, you got a bit of volume that was above it, moves up, shifts up, and then we have another move higher. Now, what I would like to see over the next few days is just price to hold around this area. Okay, now that we've dipped into this a few times, yes, you can wick into it, but you've got to keep on recovering. You've got to keep on recovering. And if it does go through there and ends up here, then that's when things start to look bad. But until then, I think price consolidating around here. And what we could see over the next week is this zone here becomes our new point of control. So our point of control shifts, it moves to that 36,400. And when it does that, that will be the opportunity for price either to go ping, okay, once it moves, you often see price repel away from it, or you'll see that, or you'll come back down to once again test where it used to be. Okay, so you're either going to create new price discovery above, or you're going to go back and test where it was before. This bullish, this bearish, obviously, okay? So those are that's the main scenario that I'm looking at right now. So realistically, okay, looking for consolidation here. So we can go on to the lower time frames. We can remove this box. We can remove this big golden pocket here. Oh, don't want an RSI on there either. And we can start to look at where we are on the day. So right now, holding above that VWAP, we've been having a nice move up, but actually it's clear on the 15-minute, starting to come into what is quite clearly some resistance once again here. And if you are drawing from your low to your high on this, then perfect little touch of that 618, getting a bit of a rejection so far. If we go on here and we're looking at our previous day levels, where are we also is that previous day equilibrium. Okay, so we came down yesterday, hit the previous week equilibrium, and we are now at that previous day one. Our open right down at the lows, very, very typical. I remember this used to happen all the time on those big shakeouts back in like 2020, 2021. And it's just a typical thing of markets in general. is if you're having a trending day, where yesterday clearly was a trending day, you open and you keep going down, 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 down. The probability is that you're going to close at an extreme for that. Okay, you're not in a balanced area. Okay, you're not a balanced day, in which case you'd end up at the point of control. You'd close around the point of control. You are going to end up at an extreme, and that is what we saw yesterday. So a few other levels to be aware of. The point of control for yesterday can be at one of two levels. We're either looking around that weekly open, or we are looking here at that 36,900, 37k. So if we do push beyond that previous EQ, then we're looking at the POC up here. And at that stage, okay, you're back within yesterday's value area. Why am I moving this circle around? So that would give you a bullish bias to move back up towards probably around that value area high and so on. So right now, consolidation, I think we could see a bit of a pullback here, but if we can hold VWAP, then we're looking at something like this and then maybe a move up. But I do think for the remainder of the week, what it is looking like right now is that we do just start to consolidate once again. It was a big move yesterday. It shook a lot of people out of the market. And what this needs now is time to rebalance and time to rebuild that open interest, because it got wiped to quite an extreme. And then we're going to find that value again. For the whole range as well, we do have this like value area high up here for the whole range. But once again, I'm kind of splitting this, like I said, into two sections. So you've got range 1 down here, okay, where we tested that POC. And then over here, you've got range 2. All right. And where we are now, funnily enough, previous week EQ is the value area low for this current range. So let's hold within here. Let's not deal with the low volume too much. And let's see if that POC can move up towards kind of where we are right now over the course of the next few days as it starts to build more volume. So yeah, I think that is everything. Everything I want to cover today. A bit of a longer video, but not too much more to go into. Targets above, okay, just quickly to mention those. We don't want that one. We'll go here. This is the one where I've got the main targets above. I keep repeating it. Okay, this red zone is a daily order block. We can come through the 50% of that is 39k, 40k is the top, and you've got your one-to-one extension. And beyond that, you've got a nice area of confluence around 45 to 46k. So you're looking at 39 to 40 if we break above here. And then you're looking at 45 to 46 if we continue higher. If we do get caught up in this range again, then the chances are you're going to come back through and take out the lows. So let's say if we do find that we've got 4-hour closes, you're going to end up sweeping those. And at that stage, this looks more like a bigger distribution. And you would have to either look for much lower, or you get a big reaction back into value once again. If you come out of this one and then you get back into it, you're going to trade through it, and then you can work on this one again. And it's just level to level, range to range, and sensible type of trading. That's enough waffle for today. 13-minute long video. This has been a bit longer than usual, but I hope you enjoyed. Do enjoy the rest of your day. For those of you in the crew, we've got New York trading room later on. For those of you who are not in the crew, what are you waiting for? We still have a few days left. So if you want to have a sneaky quick peek before Black Friday and to be able to access our special offers on Black Friday, then you will need to register. I've repeated this before. I'm not going to go over the information again, but you know how to do it. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you very, very soon, and have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.